Hello, hello, it's Kelsey with our Lunch and Listen. Excited to chat with our friend Corina today. Say hi as you guys hop on, tell us what you're up to. Are you done shopping for Christmas? Are you done wrapping? All the things that I'm not done with. Oi. Hi, Melissa. Hello, hello. I'm excited to talk to Corina. Do you know Corina? Are you excited to hear from her? This is going to be fun. She knows what she's talking about. Hello, Leslie. Okay, give us a minute for her to hop on. How is everybody? Are you getting the holiday jitters? Are you having fun this holiday season? Do you not care about the holiday season? I think I need to go exercise off all of the carbs I've been eating. Corina, hello, hello. Okay, hold on just a minute. How many more shopping days? 7 shopping days. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Audacious Female.
Sorry I had the time wrong.
You know what? I need to change that. Some people, I put an hour, but I mean for it to start at 12, so I need to fix that on my calendar.
Okay. No worries. I'm glad this worked out. Okay.
I know.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so jealous of your weather right now.
Oh, yeah. It's a little gloomy out, actually. So,
Oh, really?
let me just change the lighting. Okay, that's a little bit better.
Well, hi.
It's a little bit gloomy, and we actually have like 50-degree weather, 40s and 50s coming next week. So it's going to be like a real winter storm in San Diego.
Okay, San Diego version. Yeah, I'm just needing some vitamin D. I'm hoping my son will bring me back some since he's coming home from San Diego on Friday.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. How are you? Are you ready for Christmas?
I'm ready to start enjoying Christmas.
That's just...
we have family. My parents are coming in Christmas Eve, and so we are going to be getting ready more this weekend and doing all of the shopping. We actually haven't shopped at all. Well, that's not shop for our boys. So, but still, lots to do. And this is my last week really like being hands-on in work. So I feel like it's been a lot of grind and a lot of hours. And next week is going to really be the time to just...
going to be so nice. Okay, so let's start with, for those who don't know who you are, please introduce yourself and tell us about you, and tell us about the boys too. I can't remember how old they are, so just give us a little background on you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for having me on. So my name is Corina Tripon, and I am a growth coach for female entrepreneurs. And I have my family, and I just moved to San Diego to, it's been August, so it's been a few months. But we have 2 little boys. One is Cruz, is almost 5. He turns 5 New Year's Eve. And then I know he's always going to have a party and fireworks.
So fun. Yeah.
And then we have Cash, who he turned 1 in August, so he's a little bit over 1. I'm always terrible about doing the math.
Yeah.
They're either one. I just go by years, and so.
Yeah. No, you don't need to do the months.
Yeah, he's walking, and so it's going to be a really fun kind of new way to do Christmas. Being in Southern California, we're kind of taking on and open to new traditions too, so it's going to be fun. But what I do is I coach women through the amazing roller coaster of entrepreneurship. I help to develop them and really bring out what their gifts are so that they can align those gifts in their business and have an advantage. I lead a society of female entrepreneurs in Ginger Root Society, and we meet every single day of the week, and we attack things that are happening in our lives and our business. So we get to do life together. I feel like entrepreneurship is kind of a very isolated thing where you can feel like you're doing the job of 5 people, but it's really a lot of times just you behind a screen at home or with your laptop at coffee shops. So Ginger Root Society is a way for you to feel connected with women from all over the United States who understand that what it takes and the passion that it takes to really go after your ambitions. And I feel so fortunate to be able to coach and support women do that and do that well. And it's just really cool to kind of start seeing this like web of women come together and be connected and support one another in what they're doing, but also like offer in insight and expertise and really be open-handed with their wisdom that they've gained and learned along the way of entrepreneurship. So,
and
yeah.
Speaking of one of those women, Natasha. Hi, Natasha.
Hey, girl. Hey.
On here.
Natasha just jumped on. We had our society call right before this, so I was hustling off. We just had Pitch Fest where we were talking about how to pitch ourselves. And Natasha has always amazing insight as a sales coach too. So it's just like good. We can like get work done, and it's really awesome to be able to have those kinds of conversations with women from all over.
I know you do. You've got women, because as I follow you, I see the women who hop on from all over. So you must, Natasha's in North Carolina?
Yes, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte. Yes, right, girl?
And she also, Bloom people, she is coming to our conference as well, and she'll also be speaking on our stage. So you guys are so lucky for whoever's attending. Y'all should come, because I'm super excited. So
I feel like Natasha bring.
What?
Oh, sorry.
No, tell me.
I feel like both Natasha and I bring such fire individually, and then you get us together, and our voices just like escalate, and we just like stir up. It's incredible. Her and I vibe so well off one another, so it's going to be really fun just to be able to. She's an amazing speaker, and just like a source of power. So it'll be really cool for everyone at Bloom to get to experience her.
Yes. Well, and I get that from watching your videos, and her too, and her posts, but I get that from watching your videos. And I told you one time, okay, I had 10 minutes in a parking lot, and I happened on one of your videos, and it was exactly what I needed to hear that day. Aww. Because being an entrepreneur is hard. And I just think that's what stops so many women. So if we can find the support and the cheerleaders, and that sounds dumb, I know that's like a strange term. For me, it's a cheerleader. It's someone that, they want to be part of your team. They're cheering you on. They're supporting you. So I think it's so important for what you do.
Oh, thank you. I think that we genuinely do. When you're pursuing something that is so far outside of yourself, you need people to continue to pour belief into you, because you're relying on this like source of belief that you constantly have to refill. You're like, okay, this is outrageous, or this is like, it takes so much effort and so much strategy and so much heart that if you're not constantly refilling that source, then you do get depleted, and you do get, you slow down, or it's easy to quit, because
it is. And I see people do that, and you're right. Just having to re-pour. I need it at least on a weekly level. I need someone to come in and, whether it's my, mother hustler, Christine, or it's my friends, or it's you guys, just to say what you're doing is important. What you do matters. It doesn't matter how much I believe in myself and how confident I am knowing about that my conference will make you want to walk away and be your best self, whether that's a stay-at-home mom, or that's a single mom, or it's a working whatever. It doesn't matter, but I'm confident in it. But I still have to be reminded, it's okay, Kelsey, and Christine I'm sure needs it too. It's okay, girls. Keep going. What you're doing is the right thing. And again, it's cheerleading. I have to say hi to my friend Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy. I'm glad Chloe's home and Mabel's on here. So what kind of, obviously I know that you coach, women like me and Natasha. What other, where do you start? Do you have someone reach out to you and they have an idea, or they're bored? How does it start to finally work their way with you?
Yeah. I find that really the best time to get growth coaching is when you have already, like, you've tried it on your own, and you've reached the max of yourself. Like, there's only so much that you can take you, and even what can take you before you start to really bring in expertise. And so I find that a lot of women have already been going at it by themselves, and they're just not reaching the kind of result that they want. So they've, put a business together, but maybe they don't have clients, and they're feeling like, if I don't have any clients, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And it's not that at all. So a lot of times, and really, honestly, I would recommend anytime you have an idea or anytime you want to make a jump, in the very beginning is the best time to get coaching, because you really can start off without wasting a bunch of time and tearing yourself down by trying to do it yourself. But what I find is that a lot of women will come to me after they've already kind of been a little beat up in the entrepreneurial process. So you kind of get, you know what I mean? Because you do have this excitement and you're like, I have this idea, so I'm going to go for it and I'm going to leap and I'm going to take a chance. And then you do, and you kind of get beat, like, you know, you kind of get your teeth knocked out a little bit because it's a hard thing. And so then you're like, okay, if I'm really going to make this successful, it's like a humbling kind of experience to say, I need help. And that's when they come to Ginger Root. And that's when we have like a consult and we go over what's happened. Like, what are you trying to do? What is the purpose that you have, that you're pursuing? And I strategize to figure out where things can be improved, or giving them really the inspiration and the push to do it the way that they should have done, but too much fear got in the way and they didn't. And that's why they saw some failure. So in all honesty, if you're wanting to pursue something, if you're wanting to like leave your job and really create wealth and create something huge on your own, get coaching from the very beginning. Rely on not just yourself, but an expert to truly guide you so that you don't delay the success. You don't make it harder than it already is, because you rely on yourself for so much. If you have a built-in support system from the beginning and someone to really give you that outside perspective to guide you with clarity and confidence, you will see so much more success. And you'll do it with ease instead of just feeling like you have to grind and burn yourself out for an ounce of, win, for an ounce of success.
Right. So, it's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. I have to say hi to Mary. Mary's on here. I've got to say hi to her. She'll be in Austin at our pop-up. So I know you need to drive over to Austin. That's kind of a long drive, isn't it? Is that too far? How far is San Diego from Austin?
From Austin, Texas?
Yeah, pretty far.
Yeah, far.
Okay. Okay. Then you don't have that. Then you don't have to come. It is really a roller coaster, and I love how you coin your phrase. Something about kind of empowering you to be an audacious female. What does the word audacious mean to you?
Audacious is boldness to try. It's like this, not feeling disqualified. The biggest thing is not disqualifying yourself from your old bold desires. I think so much of us just hold ourselves back. So many of us, like, we play it small because we want to make sure that we protect ourselves from failure and from risk. And audaciousness to me is saying, I feel like I deserve to go after the boldness, and I'm not going to disqualify myself from bold risks because I believe that I'm worth it, and I believe that it can be, the chances are it could be possible. And I think just having this attitude of audaciousness is so valuable, because it's not so much about reaching this like audacious level of success. It's about the process of saying yes to yourself, to something that is beyond you, and allowing yourself to grow beyond the limitations, beyond the fear that keep you very much safe and risk averse. So having an attitude of audaciousness is being so open to where God can come in and like really take you in places where your fear and your limitations will not take you. Your desire to play it small will keep you very much the same person year after year after year. And I feel like we're beings that want to evolve. We want to progress. We want to grow. But if we have an attitude of fear, and if we let fear decide what we should do, what steps we should take, we don't get an opportunity to grow. So audaciousness for me is having the boldness to believe that you can, having the boldness to take risk, even if you have no idea if it's going to turn out.
Gotta say, I'm kind of audacious.
Hey.
I never really understood that word until I started, kind of listening to you over the last year. I'm like, I get it now. Yeah. I think I thought it was kind of a maybe a negative thing at first, like,
the audacity.
Audacious. Yeah, the audacity.
Yes.
And then, but the way that you word it and how you just described it is, that's who I want to be. I want to evolve. I want to grow, and we want to bloom. All of us, and we want all the mamas to bloom with us. So I love that. Now, who inspires you? Do you have a personal growth coach, or have you?
Yeah, I did have a coach in the beginning. And honestly, I don't have anyone that is coaching me right now. I am relying a lot on, I'm on a spiritual journey. I feel like God has taken me and the faith that I've put out and has continually upped the stakes. So I've been in an intimate relationship with God that I've never really had in my life, because I've chosen to kind of zone out all of the other books and podcasts and voices and all of the other things, and really focus in on Him and meditate and really actually like read my Bible, which I've never really done consistently. I mean, I've done, but it's kind of just like a thing. Yeah. But I really feel like I've been listening to where God is taking me, and having the boldness to really pursue where God is taking me instead of letting my fear dictate where I should go. And I've been in a relationship and in kind of this real raw and gritty conversation with God like I never have in my life, and that's been a source of immense growth. So God,
he's your power coach.
Yeah, yeah. And like I get that is there are seasons for that.
Right.
And then there are seasons for someone, and I've actually been praying for someone to come into my life, and I want Him to really reveal like who this person should be that needs to develop and grow me to the levels that I want to go. And right now He's saying it's Him. And it's never comfortable. I don't think any relationship with a growth coach or a life coach or a mentor is ever really truly comfortable. It's challenging. And I hear that from my own clients a lot. Like, you never say what I want to hear. You tell me what I need to hear, and you do it in a way that it kicks my booty, but in the best way I know that it needs to be kicked. So it's like this love and push relationship, and I'm feeling that.
Yeah, I get it. What made you want to be a coach? Where did you start? Like, you finished high school and you were up here in the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So let's go back a little bit. And how did you jump onto this? Because you're really good at speaking, which obviously that's why you're coming to speak at Bloom in May. But where did you start this?
Yeah, so honestly, I found myself in my 30s. I had a cruise at the time. We had just had him. And for a while, I think after college, you kind of stumble along. I have my education, my bachelor's in psychology, and I kind of stumbled along in the psychology world, but never really feeling like I clicked into place. And you kind of start settling in your dreams, and you just kind of start taking jobs. But I was fortunate enough to work with one of my very good friends who had a large network marketing business. And so I came in and ran operations and kind of coached her and her team and her husband. And so it was the first exposure that I had to non-traditional jobs. The first exposure that I had to people creating their own lifestyle and really having direct impact on their income. And it opened my mind to thinking you could really create something on your own terms if you want to, and if you have the boldness to. So honestly, it was exposure to network marketing that really helped me to, because I grew up as an immigrant. My family came here when I was 7 years old, and the dream was always to get a job with a corporation that gives you a 401k, a 9-to-5, vacation pay, all of the things. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's where, but I was finding in my own life that wasn't fulfilling. So it took a lot of rewiring for me to really wrap my mind around this. If you truly feel like you want to create something and walk into your purpose, a corporation's not going to do that. I think you need to do that. Mm-hmm. And it was a stark realization, but it was watching people around me really create their own success through network marketing and direct sales. And I didn't feel called to that. It's like, this isn't really the vehicle for me, but I really love the way that they're growing. They're growing in their spiritual life. They're growing and they're changing circumstances for themselves and their family. And this is just a whole new liberated way of pursuing wealth and pursuing success. And luckily, my friends who I work were so nurturing and helping me on my own journey and finding out what would be the best fit for me. And honestly, it was me recognizing, all right, what is it that you want to do? Like, you're 30 years old, you're not happy in your career, you're not happy with what you're how you're being utilized in your career, but what are you going to do about it? And I started taking kind of extreme ownership of my own future instead of relying on an employer to tell me how I was going to live out my life. And I really tapped in, what is it that I felt really good at? Like, what are your gifts? Like, what are the things that that you stand out from everybody else? And I tapped into what those were. And for me, it was always connecting with people, being able to discern for them and being able to truly understand their circumstance and speak to them in a way where it would help them to understand what they were experiencing and strategize to move out of it. It was like, I'm like a natural problem solver, and I love people and I love getting into their business. Like, to build an actual business. But I quit my job shortly after I realized this is something that I wanted to pursue. I wanted to have a clean break and go truly give everything that I had to coaching and treat it not like a hobby. I wanted to treat it like a business from the get-go, and it performed like a business. It started producing like a business, and that's a hard thing to do. When you're passionate about something, it could be really easy to consume the passion but not have it actually pay you. And we kind of excuse that, and we're like, yeah, but it's so fulfilling. And so we forgive it for not maybe producing actual financial stability or financial wealth. And I was thankful that it both happened at the same time, because it needed to. I needed to have a job.
Yeah.
I needed my coaching business to actually work. And so that's kind of how it came about. And that was about 3 years ago. And I just wanted to lean into opportunity. So anytime anyone would ask me to speak, I would say yes, although I was scared, so scared, Kelsey. I cannot even tell you. I'd break out in hives. I was asked to lead Facebook Lives for my clients who had teams within network marketing. In the beginning, I had a lot of network marketing clients who were growing and were responsible for being strong leaders. So I would help them be strong and continue to overcome their limitations and their mindset blocks. But I would break out in hives, and I would just get so nervous and flustered and but the more that I did it, the more that I showed up, and the more opportunities that I took, I felt like the stronger and the less focus on my fear that I got. So here I am.
I love it. Well, and thank you for sharing all of that, because I think it's important that people see where you started. And, you had a baby, you had a job, you had all the things that so many of us have, but it took you believing in yourself and taking those bold moves to move into what you now do and you absolutely love, and you're helping other women.
And I think honestly the best part is being able to, I think the more transparent that I am with my story, I hope that the more it reaches that woman, that communicates to women all across the world. There's never a point where you have to, relinquish your dream just because it's not perfect or seemingly effortless. And I hope that women, what they see is that if I continue to take risks on myself, it's going to pay off. Mm-hmm. I need to continue to honor myself by saying yes to myself and what my desires are, and see where that leads me, and give that opportunity to take fruit.
Right. Christine, that's our mother hustler there. That's Christine. Hey, honey. So something that made me think about taking bold moves is when you took a month off from social media. And I do see other people do that too. And I believe that you were really thrilled that you took it, but what caused you to go that route? And then what do you think was the best part of coming out the other side and having taken that month off, besides more time with your boys, obviously, and your husband?
Yeah. No, honestly, in full transparency, I found myself going to social media with a lot of angst and a lot of comparison. And so I wasn't liking, I just didn't like how I felt. And I found that I was feeling amped up in anxiety because of my constant consumption of social media. And I genuinely do love this Instagram community. I love being able to connect with friends, especially from Spokane, from all over. So it's a positive source typically for me. But I think that when you have unhealthy habits, it's, I think it quickly reveals how the unhealthy implications in your life. So I just was constantly feeling anxious, and I was noticing that I would go to Instagram and kind of have this expectation that Instagram would do something for me. And instead of being able to be present in my real life, it would connect me with my friends, instead of, kind of pushing me to connect with new friends here, it would give me, it would open me up to new clients instead of networking and building relationships and gaining clients here. So I just felt like I had I was putting pressure for Instagram to do something for me. And after I noticed that, I was like, this just is not healthy. And I don't like the way I'm even showing up on Instagram. I just feel like my contribution is not in alignment, and it's not even doing me justice. I'm a pretty wonderful person, but through Instagram, it's not really communicating. And I just felt like I was putting out versions of myself that were out of alignment, and really not, they were just kind of adding to the noise of social media. So also I recognized that there was a lot of fear. I was like, oh my gosh, for probably a year, I contemplated going, having a fast and having a break, but so much fear I'd be like, oh, your business is just going to die. It's just going to implode. There's no way that you could be off of social media. That's where everything happens. And after recognizing how much fear I had around it, I was like, you have to do this. The fear to me is an indicator there's something good there. Do not back away from the fear. You've got to go full force into the fear.
I like that, Corina.
Every single time, take your fear as indicator, because it's those are nuggets. So I decided I didn't put in a ton of time in thinking oh, I want to set myself up perfectly for this detox and for this month of being off social media. I'm going to take some advice. I'm going to pull some contacts of people that I want to actually connect with off of social. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to overthink it. So my husband and I did it together. We deleted all of the apps from our phones, and it genuinely, the biggest thing that I got from it was just an overwhelming sense of relief, and the pressure that was released from not having to show up. It's right. I'm the one that created that pressure and the expectation that I show up on social media. So I'm the one that created all of this overwhelm. But truly, it was, you don't have to document this. You don't have to post about it. You don't have to check that. You don't have to see what they're doing. It was so liberating to not have to show up in a different reality and to constantly toggle between two different worlds. It was I just ripped up a giant, huge to-do list, and I just took all of that responsibility off my plate. And honestly, the biggest benefit was for me to be able to have time and space to just process my own feelings and emotions. We go to Instagram so much because we just want to escape. You kind of just need to check out for a little bit. Even if nothing bad could be happening, but you're just I just need to be distracted because I'm thinking about this thing, and I just need to stop thinking about this thing. So when you don't have that ready and available distraction, you're able to process through okay, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this? And then you also have the time to actually address it, because your time is not being sucked up by social media, by this distraction. So I found myself being able to just honestly process through and feel light and feel liberated and feel I almost felt like I had an advantage on the rest of the world, because it was really crazy. I have this secret weapon, and I'm able to see things a little bit more clearly. It's almost like I'm the only one that's wearing glasses and everybody else is suffering from really shitty vision. And I honestly, as far as business, if anyone is contemplating on doing it, I felt like it allowed me to really pursue things that I wanted in my business without first running them through the filter of social media. How many times you're I want to do this, and you have this spark of creativity, and then you go to Instagram and you're comparing what your idea was to what someone else is doing, or you see, well, they're doing it this way, I need to do it a different way, or if they're already doing it. So before you even have a chance to act on something, you've already run it through this gamut and have decided that this isn't going to measure up. So for me, I had this like, if I want to do something in my business, like, let's do it. I don't have to like run it through and throw it out on social media or see what everybody else was doing to measure up. It was incredibly empowering just to be able to act on my creativity and even have those the sparks of creativity, because I felt like I was numbed a lot through my constant consumption of social media.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so how have you changed your behavior with it now since you're back on?
Yeah, it's super easy to just get right back into the same habits. I realized, like, it's no matter how long. We took a good 30, like it was an entire month. And even when the month was over, I didn't want to get back on. So I waited like a day, and then finally I'm like, I'm just curious, let's hop back on. But the biggest thing for me, I felt when I'm feeling anxious and I'm wanting something from Instagram, that is when I will make a conscious decision to not go to Instagram, but instead go and sit and either meditate, because I'm needing something. So I need to connect with God, or I need to connect with like my own, like what is happening in my spirit. So I've noticed when I have that feeling and I pick up my phone, I recognize what it is, and I can put my phone down and go seek somewhere else. So maybe I need to have a conversation with my husband, or maybe I just need to sit with myself, or maybe I just need to go like eat a meal and enjoy that meal, instead of feeling like Instagram is going to give me something and this anxiety is going to go away. Just deal with the anxiety.
That's incredible.
It is
really such good insight, isn't it, ladies? Don't you think that's such good insight? Haley Ann's on here, and lots of other people keep hopping on, and I'm missing all their names, but thank you for joining us for our Lunch and Listen. So, okay, couple more questions. I'm so excited for you to speak at Bloom. It's about, what, 4.5 months away? And now I know you recently, because you've been in San Diego only for 5 months or something, are you finally feeling like you're finding kind of a mom tribe down there and finding some of those connections, especially after that month off? How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel as if I haven't really gotten as plugged in as I want to be. I've been really fortunate because there have been I had some relationships just online that from here. So I've been able to kind of meet up with some friends that I had just virtually. But I feel like I still need to make that a priority. I think that I've been a little bit hesitant to get plugged into the mom community, and I don't really function that way to begin with. Like, I don't get plugged into the mom groups, and I never did that even as like a newer mom. I tend to connect more with women that they're entrepreneurs like me, and we are bringing our kids alongside. So I'm planning an event with 2 friends, and they're moms here, and we had like a planning meeting, and we just had 2 of us had our kiddos there, and our kids just like hung out while we also did work. And I feel like that's how I build a lot of my relationships, is around entrepreneurship and around collaborations. But I do think, Kelsey, that I need to get out and do a mom's group and just connect with moms in that way. I honestly I don't know if there's something about it that I think moms are kind of intimidating. Maybe that's the word.
Well, groups of moms can be. Groups of moms can be, and I can totally see that. But I know some amazing ladies down there that would be really sweet, like Nikki, who runs San Diego Moms Blog, and there are a couple other gals too that I'll introduce you to, because I think that, well, first of all, Cruz he's not in kindergarten yet, right?
No, he's turning 5, so he'll be in kindergarten next year.
Yeah. So then, you can't get away from those groups. But what's nice about it is when you start friending the moms of the kids who are going to school with your children, then it's almost like a built-in. As long as they're somewhat like-minded, it's a built-in thing, because then there's the play date, and then the moms are doing whatever they're doing. So it'll come, and don't beat yourself up about that, because you already have enough connections. You're busy enough.
Yeah.
Teaching people, and so you know what works for you, right?
Yeah. But I do feel like it would be great. I think that I tend to focus a lot because I've been an entrepreneur from the Cruz was young when I started my business, and Cash was born like smack in the middle of my business, and I took barely 4 or 6 weeks off just to be with Cash, and I was like on seeing clients right afterwards. But I really do feel like I need to create a little bit more intentionality in the mom relationships, just because I don't know, I've never done that, but I think that there's value in that. I don't think it should just be about building businesses all the time.
Right.
And, you know, I think that those kinds of moms are amazing and they're my jam. I think that I have so much respect for moms that choose to take on this like crazy adventure of entrepreneurship, but I also feel like it would be great just to connect around other stuff.
Well, and you know, I think that with your personality and what your skills are and what, you know, those qualities you have of wanting to help other people, I don't even think you realize the moms that you could help by just sitting around at the park and listening to them talk about their dreams, or, you know, just inspiring them. I don't think you realize how motivating you could be for just the mom next door, or, you know what I mean? So that right there, not being, you wouldn't be salesy, it would be an authentic, like, you know, oh, let me give you an idea what you could do with that idea. You know what I mean? Like, let me cheer you on. And so then all of a sudden there's a new friendship, and it is aligned with yours because, you know, same idea. So
yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Goodness. So, well, I'm so happy that you joined me, and hello everybody. Thank you. If you have questions, please put them on here, because Corina can go back on and answer them, or I can. I will tape this and put it on Facebook tomorrow. And what else? I'm just so excited to see you. Because we actually have never met in person, even though you lived right by me. That's crazy. I know your Spokane girls are missing you.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. See, I'm looking.
They're going to all road trip to Seattle, May 1st and 2nd, Bloom Conference, you guys, Mom Friends. And we're going to get to hear more bits of wisdom and nuggets of just awesomeness from Miss Corina. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a great Merry Christmas. And take the time off next week, right?
Yes. As of Friday, I'm going to be taking massive time off. It's going to be glorious.
I'm so happy. I wish I could wear a hat that looked as beautiful as you always look in your hats. I have a big head. It's no fun.
You need to try. I feel like everybody.
No, I literally have a big head. There are not very many hats that will fit my head. I'm not kidding. So every time you're wearing your hats, which is quite often, or your beautiful braids, I'm like, the braid I can figure out, but the hats, I'm like, it's not fair.
We will find you a hat. I promise.
Okay. People, if you want to reach out to Corina, go to Ginger Root Society online, or you can reach out to her at Corina Tripon on social media and give her a hi and a DM if you want to talk to her more about coaching.
Awesome.
So thanks so much. Have a great afternoon.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.